let's get this stuff opened up, see what we got. I know what most of this is. I'm not quite sure what that is. That might be our racks. I'm not 100% sure. All right, so this here is obviously the blower rack. And for the guys that don't know, so Greentouch, whenever you order a blower rack, it comes with 2 swinging arms, because that just kind of depends on the blower that you have. A lot of the newer blowers, they have the mufflers up top, and they're just bigger and bulkier. So you have a wider arm, so that way it can attach, and it's real easy to kind of remove the smaller one and put the bigger one on. But I think it's kind of cool that it comes with both. That way, you know, depending on what kind of blower you have, it will work no matter what. So this here is the 5-gallon fuel cage, which is your rack to hold your 5-gallon fuel containers. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And we also have a 2.5, which is right underneath there as well. So that's basically what we use. We use the 5 gallons and we use the 2.5s. We use the no spills. That's just something we're comfortable with. I have thought about going to the what are they? The sure cans that have the gravity flow. I thought about mounting them up here, and maybe I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but we'll see. Okay, so this here is the trimmer rack. So I went with a different trimmer rack this time. When I've had the open trailers, I've always wanted to lock my trimmer racks, obviously, to keep them safe and secure. But one thing I realized when I had the enclosed trailer is I really don't need to lock them up inside the trailer, because the trailer itself will be locked up. So I went with the classic trimmer racks. That way I don't have to have the mounts on my trimmers. And I can just throw them up here, lock them into place like this, and they'll be nice and secure, and they won't fall off or nothing inside the trailer. I'm really looking forward to that, because I've had those little mounts. I'll show you guys the mounts here in a little bit on my trimmer for the other stuff. And for anybody that's familiar with Greentouch racks or any kind of trimmer racks that lock, you kind of know what I'm talking about. But for the guys that don't, I'll show you in just a minute. Once we get started kind of putting this stuff up. But yeah, super excited about going back to the old classic trimmer rack. So this here is just the small 2-gallon, 2.5 gallon fuel cage, just like this one, but it's just for the mixed gas. Okay, so this here is your hand tool rack. So it goes on the wall kind of like this. And you can just put your hand tools, your rakes, your shovels, all that type of stuff. You just slide them right into here, and they just sit on there like that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So we'll put that somewhere up there. Man, I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited. Then obviously we have the Storm battery-powered backpack sprayer. And this is something I've wanted for a long time. I have a couple different other brands, but kind of had some problems with those, so I wanted to try out the Greentouch one. And yeah, this is something kind of we'll have in the trailer here. We'll probably put some weed killer in there, just to kind of hit some weeds in the cracks of the driveways and sidewalks and things like that. Okay, I'm gonna get this trash and get all this stuff out of here, then we're gonna start installing racks in the enclosed trailer. Okay, so I got the first one mounted. So just real quick, I thought I was gonna have to run a 2x4 kind of like that, because the studs are about 16 inches apart, and the rack is not 16 inches apart. It's like 12 or 13. So I thought I was going to have to do that, but what I did was basically in the middle of my stud, I put a self-tapping screw up top, and I put one right here, and I kind of have this the back of the rack, we're kind of resting on this little 1x right here as well. So it feels pretty sturdy. we'll see if it stays. If it doesn't, then I'll end up having to put a 2x4 on there. But I think it's going to be all right. Okay, so now that we have this one on, let's get the other one on. Then we'll put the rack on this side, and then man, I can't wait to get this thing all done. As I've said many times. All right, so we got the first one up, we got the second one up. Now it is time to get the racks, the trimmer rack on this side. So I wanted to put the blowers over here so they were easily accessible. And then I want to put the trimmers and the edgers on that side so they are easily accessible. So basically the stuff that I use a lot, I kind of wanted towards the back. So that's why we put the blowers over here, the trimmers over here. I didn't want to put the blowers here and then have the trimmers up here, because then I would be kind of stumbling through a bunch of stuff to get my trimmers all the time. So I'm going to put the trimmers and the edgers over here, kind of as far back as I can. And then that way I can just kind of grab and go. With the mowers in here. They'll probably come up to about right here or so. So I'll have a few feet back here to where I'm not having to kind of stumble over everything and all that. So that's the plan for now. And then, but yeah, I'm gonna get this trimmer rack up, and then we'll see where we're at from there. All right, guys, so we got the trimmer racks up right there. So now I'm just trying to decide how I want to do all this up here. So I've already kind of decided that, you know, the lawn care stuff I want to work out of the back. The irrigation stuff I want to work out of the side door. And so I want all my shelving up there for the irrigation. One thing I'm trying to decide is, so I have the Craftsman toolbox in the shop there. And I thought about maybe bringing that out here and putting it in the V-nose, but I think it's going to add too much weight, and I think it's going to take up too much room. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is building some shelves over here to where I can have my my totes. So I have these totes that I'm going to, you know, put all my irrigation stuff in. So build shelves, like 4 shelves on this wall right here, and have my totes in there, nice and snug to where they can't fall out and things like that. And then put like a workbench over here, you know, for building manifolds, or, you know, anything irrigation wise, or anything that I'm doing that I need a kind of a workbench. I can have a workbench right here. So yeah, hopefully it's just one of those things where you have the trailer and you want to hurry up and get everything done, and, you know, but you also want it to be functional. You want it to look good, and all that type of stuff. So it's kind of nerve-wracking, because I want it to be set up perfectly. You know what I mean? I know it's not going to be perfect, but I just want it to be really perfect. So the other thing I got is the gas can racks, and I thought about putting those up on the wheel wells, but I actually think it kind of looks better on the floor. So I don't think it matters as far as spacing or taking up room, because either way they're going to be up against the wall. It just depends on if you want it off the floor or not. So let me show you. So do you like it better like that or like that? I'll be honest, I don't know. I kind of like it better on the wheel well, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't decide. That's my biggest problem, is I can't decide how I want to do things, but I need to decide really quick, because I got to get this done. So I do have this kind of the rakes and shovel rack, and it's probably going to go somewhere right around here just to put a couple rakes, a couple shovels on there that I need for doing cleanups and whatever you come across. So, and I also want to get a couple racks for my my trimmers, my hedge trimmers. I'd like to have, I might grab another one of those classic racks and use kind of the use that for kind of the big long trimmers. So I got the DeWalt and the Milwaukee ones, and maybe use it for that. I can put it down below, right underneath there, and I think that would look okay. So tell me what you guys think so far. We made a lot of progress today. Doesn't quite look like it, but a little bit of a learning experience putting stuff in an enclosed trailer. I've never had an enclosed trailer before, like we've talked about. Just kind of, you know, learning how things go on and things like that. It's just a little bit of a learning curve, but now I kind of know how it's laid out. So now I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with it as far as space wise, and yeah. So as far as like mowers go, I'm really not too concerned because we're going to be running a 52 and a 36 stand-on mower. Kind of already decided that, and so spacing, I think I got enough floor space, you know, for the mowers. Things aren't going to be too jam-packed in here. So for the guys that have enclosed trailers, the guys have been running them, you got your setups. What do you give me some suggestions? I got a few more hours today that I can work on this. Then I'm going to work on it some tomorrow. You know, I gotta spend some time out here. Got to get this done so I can get ready for the season. It's going to be here before you know it. In another week, it's going to be March. Oh my goodness, I can't even think of that. And we have some good weather this week. Especially today. Today is beautiful. Tomorrow is supposed to be in the 60s. Then it's supposed to drop back down to like 48, the highs for a few days. But that's still, that's definitely workable. I can still work outside in that. I just can't work outside when it's 10 degrees and all that type of stuff. And on the floor, so I plan on doing the floor later on this week. So I was actually going to try to maybe do it today or tomorrow. But then I thought, well, I can't work in here for a few days because it has to dry, it has to set up, it has to cure. So I'm going to do it later in the week. That way it can dry over the weekend, and I wouldn't be in here working in here over the weekend. So probably Thursday is when I'm going to be doing the floor, and yeah, that's kind of the plans for the trailer so far. Any suggestions? I greatly appreciate it. Any suggestions, any tips, yeah, just let me know what you guys think so far. Let me know what you guys recommend, and I will definitely take a look at it. We're gonna be doing a lot of these types of videos, so this is what I'm doing. Just trying to get this thing all geared up for the season. I appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you later.